Welcome back to Rams Up, your favorite LA Rams podcast. We are part of the Fans First Sports Network. You can follow us on our YouTube channel as well at LA Rams Up. I'm your host, Mark. I'll be joined occasionally by my football gurus, Paul and Ian. Let's get to it. What's going on, Ram fans? How you feeling a day after this Rams 49ers game? Rams 12-6 winners and leaning on the Seahawks, possibly moving into a tie for first place. Technically, they would be in first place all by themselves if the Packers can take care of Seattle Sunday night. Man, I've had the night to sleep on it, and I feel even better about this game. I don't care that we only scored 12 points. I don't care that Cooper Kupp did not have a catch, and I don't think Cooper Kupp cares either. Well, he maybe does a little bit, but man, what a team win. The Rams leaning on their defense 1 week after a 44-42 win over an elite team, the Buffalo Bills, coming back, traveling to Santa Clara and getting a big win. Man, I got a text from a Charger fan friend of mine, and he was commenting, what a horrible game. What a horrible game that was. And my reply was, it was beautiful. A beautiful win for our Los Angeles Rams. Good time to be an LA Ram fan. A lot to be excited about as we come down this stretch run. Get an extra 3 days to prepare for our trip across the country to take on the New York Jets. Man. But for now, let's just celebrate this win. After my recap here, we'll get into my game balls, coach's corner, big plays of the game, all that good stuff. Wow, Rams 8-6 after starting out 1-4. Hey, let's recap all the action from Thursday night's 12-6 win over the 49ers. Man, this is going to be a lot easier than last week because significant plays, there were not a lot of them, especially on offense. But let's walk through this. 49ers got the ball first, went 3 and out, and that kind of set the tone for the whole game, perhaps. Rams' first drive was set back by a hold on Alaric Jackson. They punt it right back. 49ers' second possession, a 33-yard pass. Purdy to George Kittle sets up the first points of the night. 49ers up 3-0. That was followed by 3 straight 3 and outs, and then the 49ers' fourth drive ends with a Kobe Turner sack. 4 more stalled drives, 4 more punts, including the 49ers' sixth drive, which was ended by a Kobe Turner sack. And that was on a 3rd and 11 play. So the 49ers had to punt from their own 17. And after an Xavier Smith 10-yard return and a penalty on top of that, Rams are set up at the 50. They pick up 1 first down, have to settle for the tying field goal, a Joshua Carty 48-yarder. 2 more possessions basically end the half. Not sure what the Rams are doing at the end of the half there. At their own 22 with 29 seconds left. A short pass to Puka Nacua in the rain to pick up 8 yards. We'll talk about that in our coaching segment. Second half, Rams go 3 and out on their first possession. 49ers get the ball at the 37. After picking up 2 first downs, Purdy hits 49ers captain Deebo Samuel in the hands for what might have been a TD, but he drops it, and they have to settle for another field goal, 47 yards for Jake Moody, and the 49ers have the lead once again, 6-3 in a barn burner developing here in Santa Clara. Rams' second possession of the half, not as wet now, and they finally get something going. Corum picks up 12 on a swing pass. Stafford to Nacua for 7 yards on 3rd and 8, and 4th and 1 from the 49ers 37. Stafford plows ahead for the first down, and on 2nd and 10 from the San Francisco 35, Stafford to Nacua for 13 yards. 3 straight Kyron runs, picks up another first down, and they're at the 49er 11. 2nd and 3, that read option by Stafford and the penalty on Davis Allen as he tries to get to the pylon pushes them back to 2nd and 11, so they can't capitalize once again. Carty kicks the 23-yard field goal to tie the game. Rams burned 9:45 off the clock on that drive. And that's why we're in the fourth quarter now. Another 49er 3 and out. Rams get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 33, and this is where Stafford hits Puka for 51 yards. Rams are set up with a first down at the 49er 16-yard line. They're 2nd and 2 from the 49er 8, and they still can't capitalize. Cardi makes another field goal, this one a 27-yarder, and the Rams have the lead for the first time, 9-6. 49ers are driving for the tying field goal, but 2nd and 10 from the Rams 33. Purdy overthrows Juwan Jennings. Might have been a little miscommunication there. And Darius Williams snags the over-the-head interception in the end zone, and the Rams get the ball back. They have a 3-point lead, 5:14 left in the game, and they drive 69 yards in 13 plays. Tutu Atwell and Hunter Long, both with receptions. And then 3rd and 4 from the 49ers 32. Stafford to Parkinson for 14 yards. 3 more plays to wind down the clock, and Cardi hits again. Rams up 12-6. 49ers have time for 2 plays, and the last one, instead of sitting back and trying to defend the Hail Mary, the Rams send a couple guys blitzing. Christian Roseboom for the sack to end the game. Final score, Rams 12, 49ers 6. The Rams get a season sweep of the San Francisco 49ers. Before we review the stats, let's take a look at the halftime stats. Rams had the ball for about a minute more than the 49ers. They only had 4 first downs to the 49ers 5. Both teams not very good on 3rd down, 2 for 8 for the Rams, 2 for 9 for the 49ers. Rams ran 30 plays, 49ers 31. Rams only had 23 yards passing, 296 for the 49ers, and a big chunk of that came on that play to Kittle. Rams sacked Purdy twice, Kobe Turner doing the honors both times. Rams did have 66 yards rushing to the 49ers 20, and they rushed for a 3.7 average to the 49ers 2.0, really keeping Isaac Rendo in check. Now the teams combined for just 6 points in the first half, but they doubled up in the second half, combining for another 12. And final stats of note, Rams actually ended up with more first downs than the 49ers, 14-11, more total yards, 302-191, and they had the ball 10 plus minutes more than the 49ers. 160 yards passing for the Rams to the 49ers, 142, and rushing Rams 142 to the 49ers 63. 3.7 yards per rush for the Rams, just 3.3 for the 49ers, and a big part of that may have been the ability to limit Brock Purdy. He really wasn't a factor with his legs, and that may have been a strategy by the Rams. Be interested to see what the film review yields. Was Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, and company kind of standing back a little bit? Pocket discipline, making sure Purdy didn't escape. Is that why it on the surface seemed like a quiet night for those guys? Perhaps, but if that's what they were doing, it worked. 49ers had the one costly turnover. Rams got to Purdy 3 times. Matthew Stafford was not sacked. So Kyren Williams ended up with 29 rushes for 108 yards. Stafford, 4 rushes for 18 yards. At one point, I think he had the Rams' longest play from scrimmage, that scramble for a first down. Puka Nacua, 7 catches for 97 yards. Hunter Long and Colby Parkinson combined for 4 catches for 38 yards. Kobe Turner with the 2 sacks, and Joshua Cardi, really critical, 4 for 4 on his field goals. Cooper Kupp was shut out, and you know what? I think he's just fine with that. Well, maybe a little disappointed in himself knowing how Cooper Kupp rolls, but I don't think he's upset with anyone else, probably just himself. But man, he was still a factor blocking. Cooper Kupp is not going to be whining about not getting targeted more. I can guarantee you that. Back in a second with my Fearsome Four, actually 5 big plays of the game and more. You know, last week it was quite a challenge trying to identify my Fearsome Four plays of the game. I think I ended up with 15 or 16. That was just the nature of that game. This one, man, the entire opposite type of game. Buffalo Bills, LA Rams combining for 86 points, and then the 49ers and the Rams combining for 18. I'm going to give you my Fearsome Four big plays of the game, though, the ones that went in the Rams' favor, and then I got a little bonus one for you. The first big play of the game, you know what? I'm going to roll with that Joshua Carty 48-yard field goal. And why, you ask? Well, it just made me feel much better about how this game might go. And it probably gave the Rams some assurances that, you know what? We can try field goals. We can settle for field goals if we must. Joshua Carty appears to be on hitting the 48-yarder, and that turned out to be the case. May have dictated some of the Rams' decisions, their aggressiveness in the 49ers end, perhaps. But regardless, if you followed these Rams all year like I have, that 48-yard field goal was huge. Next big play, fearsome big play number 2. 49ers have the ball in Rams territory. Brock Purdy hits Deebo Samuel in a crossing pattern. Looked like it could have gone for a touchdown. He's caught those types of passes against us before and done lots of damage. And you know how much trouble our secondary has roping in running backs and wide receivers with a ball in their hands in open space. But he drops it. He drops the ball, and the 49ers have to settle for a field goal to take a 6-3 lead instead of what might have been a 13-3 lead. And that would have changed the game immensely, how it was played the rest of the way. Fearsome big play number 3. 1st and 10 from the Rams' own 33. This is in the third quarter. Matthew Stafford to Puka Nacua for 51 yards to the 49ers' 16-yard line. Now, they couldn't punch it in, but the Rams get another field goal to take their first lead of the game. Fearsome big play number 4. 49ers are driving, set up for the tying field goal, really. But 2nd and 10 from the Rams' 33. Purdy overthrows Juwan Jennings, and D. Will snags the interception. Rams have the ball, the 3-point lead, and there's just 5:14 left on the clock. And you know what? I'm not going to call it a bonus fearsome big play of the game. Let's just call it fearsome big play number 5. That final Rams drive, 3rd and 4 from the 49ers 32. And we're sweating bullets, right? What are the Rams going to do here? They're going to let Carty try a field goal, potentially a 48, 49, 50-yarder. If he misses it, 49ers down 3 and in really good field position. If they go for it and get stopped, kind of the same deal. But we don't have to worry about it. Stafford finds Colby Parkinson for 14 yards in the first down, allows the Rams to run off 3 more plays, wind down the clock. Carty hits his 4th field goal of the night. Rams up 12-6, and the 49ers are pretty much done. A little bit of craziness there with the kick return and the horse collar, but Rams seal the deal. Those are my fearsome 5 big plays of the game. Let's go into my coach's corner, talk about the coaching staff, some of the decisions they made, strategy and such, and overall, got to give Sean McVay an A. Got back to the ground game in the second half, and it worked. Now, a lot of that may have had something to do with Greenlaw being out, but I don't care. We went to the run game and stuck with it. Now, I don't know what was going on with the offense in the first half. I think it was really just a very good 49ers defense at work there. And I also liked McVay challenging the refs. How did only 2 seconds come off the clock at the end there on the field goal? I was thinking the same thing. I don't know what happened there. Once again, the refs kind of screwing it up. Kind of torn on that read option play they called for Stafford, trying to get to the pylon there. Probably not the best call, but you know what? If it had worked, and actually it did, a useless hold by Davis Allen, but still, maybe just hand it off to Kyron Williams there. And Chris Shula had this defense playing at a high level. I'll wait for Ian and Paul to provide some feedback on exactly how they got it done, but whatever they were doing really shut down this 49er offense, holding them under 200 yards. And as I said in the post-game reaction video, loved what they did at the end there on the last play of the game, showing a one-man rush, calling a timeout, and then coming back and bringing a bunch of guys, giving Purdy no shot at even getting the Hail Mary pass off. I am going to have one criticism of McVay at the end of the half. First and 10 from the 22 with 29 seconds left, and we're throwing the ball to Nakua in the rain. I don't know. I don't get it. Take a knee and get to the locker room, right? I don't know what he was thinking. And McVay does this sometimes. Doesn't really think things through, I think, and it's really frustrating for a team led by a bunch of brilliant guys. Sometimes some really bonehead decisions, in my opinion. But I don't want to be too down on the coaching staff because overall, they obviously did an excellent job. Okay, let's hand out some game balls. I will start with the offense, and it's really about the offensive line, Puka Nakua and Kyron Williams, and our tight ends. Our tight ends pitching in too. I know that's a lot of game balls to hand out, but man, this is such a giant win for our Rams. I'm going to give each one of these guys and the entire offensive line a game ball. Let's just say tight ends, game ball, offensive line, game ball, Kyron Williams, game ball, and Puka Nakua, game ball. Running out of game balls here. And on defense, bunch of guys stepping up. Darius Williams with the interception. Kobe Turner, 5 tackles, 2 sacks. Akilla Witherspoon, 5 tackles, and I don't know how many passes he defended. He had 2 huge breakups. And Christian Roseboom, another 9 tackles. Quentin Lake, I think, had a really good game too. And the run defense, a bunch of guys pitching in. I'm not sure who we should celebrate at this point as far as the run defense goes. Just an entire unit stepping up and getting it done. And you know what? We probably didn't notice this. It kind of slipped by me at first. Our entire special teams unit got it done. Ethan Evans, 6 punts for an average of 54 yards, 2 inside the 20. Jordan Whittington, or as the announcers referred to him, Whittingham, which I have done in the past as well. So, hey, it's not just me. That's good to know. Whittington, 2 kick returns for 51 yards. Xavier Smith had a 10-yard punt return. And Joshua Carty. Welcome back, Carty. We had already started to dismiss him as a guy we don't even want to see out there. Hey, it's been kind of a sine wave with that guy, an up and down roller coaster. One week you just want to move on to another kicker, and another week you're thinking, hey, this could be our long-term kicker, Joshua Carty. What more can you ask for? 4 for 4 and a 48-yarder to boot. Looked calm, collected, and efficient. He's getting a game ball too. I think I just gave out about 27 game balls, but hey, that's what I'm going to roll with. And I have an extra game ball. I want to hand out one more game ball, and that goes to Deebo Samuel. Thank you, Captain Sir of the 49ers. I do have to close with a little bit of bad news. Nick Hampton, standout special teamer, backup outside linebacker, is out for the season with a torn pec. Very disappointing to hear. He is a guy that contributes invisibly. You don't even notice him, but he's an important part of this team depth-wise and special teams-wise. Quite the bummer. Perhaps it's time for the rookie Brennan Jackson, who is usually inactive, to step up and fill that role. So Nick Hampton out for the rest of the year. And I want to comment on these rumors. OBJ released by the Dolphins. A lot of people saying, hey, makes sense. Rams got to go get him. And I am dead set against it. I love the guy. Loved that he came here and contributed to a Super Bowl victory. But I'm just fine with DeMarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell, and even Jordan Whittington. Yeah, I guess OBJ would be nice to have, a little bit of a luxury, but I just don't think it's a move the Rams should make. Not sure what we're going to do over the weekend. We'll drop some content for sure. I can guarantee you that. Ian will be coming back with another Orchestrated Rams film studies video. Man, that stuff is so good. And we'll probably do an update on the Rams' path to the playoffs. Maybe we'll wait till after the result of that Seattle-Green Bay game Sunday night. And then after that, back, of course, to our normal programming. We'll do a roundtable next Wednesday night. Looking forward to a road trip to the East Coast to take on the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. That's going to do it for this episode. Remember, you can reach us at ramsuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about our YouTube channel. Our handle is at laramsup.com. Till next time, keep the horns up, stay safe, and have fun out there.